and yet we wanted to also give an opportunity for one more person to present, and that is Ali Muhammad, right? from VOUND. I apparently like the last name Muhammad. I met Ali about a month ago at the MIT Enterprise Forum in Egypt. I was invited to help the entrepreneurs in their pitches and give feedback. And so they were doing this sort of cocktail party style event where people would go around and put, and get feedback from individuals that were willing to listen and provide feedback to them. And so we spent about an hour doing that, and we were closing up, and the organizers were asking for the sheets with the feedback and all of this. And then Ali comes and puts a big box on the table in front of me and says, "Can I pitch to you?" And I said, "Okay, sure, no problem. Let me get this stuff to the organizers, and then I'll listen." And then he proceeded to pitch, and I was really blown away by Ali. He's quite a talented young man. He's 18 years old, graduating high school, and he's put together a pretty phenomenal product in the amount of time that he's worked. And although we decided that it's too early stage for us to support him, and also because he's still embarking on college, and we really wanted people that are able to work full-time on their startups. We thought it's better if he applied in the next round for the RISE entrepreneurship class. But we also felt that he is quite a talent, and we would like him to be able to present his work to you, and we would like to informally help support him until he can apply to the RISE Fellowship later on. So Ali, please come and introduce VOUND to the crowd.
Hi, my name is Ali. I'm representing VOUND project. VOUND is a life improvement device for people who are deaf and mute, making them able to communicate through visualizing the sound. Let's start first, but how I came up with the idea. I didn't start it in the first for the deaf people. I started because I was facing two problems. The first one is speaking much faster than average. Second, I would have one way deep concentration. If I concentrate in one task, I'll be not able to notice the other thing. Like if I'm reading, I'll not be able to notice the sound of a doorbell or something. So it was good, but it turned to be dangerous when I started driving. I started designing. I searched for something to help me use these sounds, but I was unable to find anything. So I decided to make something to help me. I was interested about wearable devices, and I started creating, imagining to have a device that speaks for me with any speed I want, a device that's can alert me for any sounds. But after a few weeks, I showed to a friend of mine and told me it can be a great tool for the hearing impaired population. I searched about the problem, and I was surprised that there is over 360 million people have a hearing problems, and more than 80 million have a different kind of speech disabilities. In Egypt alone, there is no official statistics, but 2007 study by WHO estimated that there is a 16% of our population have a kind of hearing loss. That's been about 13 million people in all age groups. And I looked about the current solutions, and I was surprised all of them. There is no good medical solution for them, and the solutions targeting the people who have hearing loss and not the ones who are born deaf. So I start working in the project to help the deaf people. VOUND is a new way of thinking, solution based on wearable technology, which solves the communication problem by making the deaf person able to use other senses. It contains from 2 devices, head-up display classes, and a wearable controller and chip of rank. The idea is to make the deaf people able to visualize the sound around them. It contains from 4 stages, each one to solve a specific problem. The first one is to make the deaf person understand the sound. The second, ability to convey their thoughts. Third, to give them the feeling of the sound. The fourth, to overcome daily life problems. Due to time, I'll just describe stage 1. Stage 1 is to convert the sound, is to make them visualize the sound, and that's by it's not just speech text. It's converting the sound to a combination of 4 things, which is sign, text, flashing, vibration, and the screen of the classes using the heads-up display technology. I made a video to show the vision. What's happening? I'm sorry. This one is just 2 things, just sign and text, because she is just speaking. One of my aims was to make it simple, to make people use it from 5 years old to about 80 or 90 years old. But it's not just that. Just a second. That's part of what we are developing now. It's not the speed. I'm sorry. I just need a microphone. I don't know. It should work. Okay, the sound is not working. Is there a cable I should connect? Okay. That's part we are doing now. We are trying to say, we are trying to make to save sounds. For example, that's the sound of the car horn. What's happening? There is a sound saved in the database. It compares between the sounds already saved and try to find a common points between them. Okay, the TEL finds the nearest one to the sound worked. Okay. This one is a car horn. He now detected and added a photo of the car horn. The second one is a fire alarm test. This one appeared better. Now there is you will find that at certain frequencies the sound will be the same and it matched. What we want to do from this, something like this. Now the car is crossing, there's a car horn. Now there is 3 things, text, sign, and vibration. There is another thing like here for fire alarm, for example. Also, this thing can be 3 and flashing, vibration, and text. That's why we're using 4 things, not just the text, because some sounds can be described in a text. Also, there is here something to solve another problem. When I met with the deaf people, I found they face a very big problem. They are unable to contact the emergency because they are unable to speak. And by this way, if there is emergency, they will just press for 10 seconds, and the class will send a pre-recorded voice message to the police, telling him something like, "Help me, my human fire," and the GPS will attach the location. This is another one to help them. The deaf people also have a problem when they enter a new place. They always look at everywhere to know who is calling them because they are unable to hear. What's happening is saving the names, the nicknames, the last name of the one who owns the class in the database. If someone said any of them, it will detect it and say to him his direction. It have much more applications due to time and just describe them. These applications we inspired, we tried our classes on deaf people. We made a first prototype and tried it, and we get ideas from him to help them to help them in everyday life problems they face. Our progress, what we did now, it started as an idea. We developed a first prototype. It was with a head-mounted display. Then we applied for 3 patents at US Patent Office. We made a drafting for a final design. We made a brand our project. I participated in Egyptian science fair and won first place and visited Egypt in 4 international science fairs. That's the prizes we got on the project. And last of them was a gold medal at IceWeb, which is engineering competition in the United States. Our team was just me and my younger brother. I was responsible for developing the prototype, and he was responsible about the designing. We was doing the work at home or at Fab Lab in Egypt. It's doing 3D printing and other stuff. But when I finished the project, I started getting emails from deaf people in Egypt who were asking me to, when I finished developing the classes, they want to buy it. All of them was from the people I'm targeting. That's they are poor and deaf, and there is the hearing aid can't work with them. The problem is all of the hearing aids work with the people who have hearing loss, lost hear over time. But the ones who are poor and deaf have no options except going to sign language. So I found many people sent me emails, and they just heard about it from deaf people who tried it. So I decided to work in the project and to make it real product now. I have a team of 4 people. We now have one software engineer to help us in sound recognition, and we have 3 advisors. One of them in AUC, Ahmed Alisi, is our technology advisor, and we have a lawyer for the patent and other things. Currently, we are at this stage. We currently are developing a second prototype with the CC display. You can see now it's just in front of computer screen. He now sees the background, and at the same time sees the words. Also, he now sees a laptop and sees the words. That will help us to reach our final product. That's currently we are making a regular testing into deaf people about the prototype and to make improvement. Last thing, we won at MIT. There is 4,500 applied, and we was from the winners at 2014. My aim is to finish this project and to be able to help deaf people, and that's a request. I hope to go from MIT. So if anyone here from MIT, I want. I will just get the video, okay? Okay, just a second, Can I just... I finished, but I will just play the video of our project. That's all VOUND applications.